Hello everyone, this is Bruce from Kraken Gypsies, and today we'll be playing the 3-star adventure Dark Star Portal, which is this weekly adventure. We have the special rules here: dying laughing, game start, all players summon a 0-10 phantom prankster. Beyond mere flesh, the foe's unit have 1/1 for each of their keywords, and vicious enemy, which is a special power. They start every encounter has 10 more Nexus health, additional starting mana, and additional hand size. So we'll be starting the adventure. And we have the powers here. We have the choice between Sticky Fingers, Slow But Steady, and the best defense. We'll be going for the best defense since we don't have that many slow spells. Just to show you guys, you see Furious Wielder is not a slow spell. The only slow spell is Kayn's Shadow Step. And the Darkened Lodestone, well, it kind of functions similarly to spells, it's not a slow spell. And the Momentous Choice is a quick spell. So Slow But Steady would be completely useless until we get additional rewards. Anyways, we'll go into the beast below here. It has the power Roar of the Sea. The foe's sea monsters have Fearsome. And since they do have Fearsome, they'll also benefit from the +1/+1 for each keyword. Here we'll be replacing the Ranger Knight Defector as well as the Noxian Defector, and we'll keep the rest of our hand. We'll be dropping down the Startled Stomper here pretty much immediately. And since their Sea Scarab has Fearsome, the only chance we have to block it is with our Startled Stomper. Here we have two choices. We could drop down the Saga Seeker and buff it with the Darkened Lodestone, or we can use Startled Stomper. We'll be dropping down the Saga Seeker.
Come out from your shadows, demon.
And here we'll use the Darkened Lodestone on it to buff it, utilizing its Faded. Unfortunately for us, we wouldn't be able to take out any of their units, so we're going to be ending the round here. However, what we'll do here is we'll drop down the Startled Stomper. They decide to attack with their Sea Scarabs. What we can do is we could use the Saga Seeker to block, or use the Startled Stompers to block. If we use both the Startled Stompers, Momentous Choice might have a chance on buffing, like giving them items which would save them. So we'll try to do this and see how this goes. Unfortunately for us, we didn't get anything really out of it, but we are able to take out both their Sea Scarabs. And we have 5 spell mana. We'll be dropping down Kayn.
You are the tool. I am the weapon.
Lies ease your feeble mind.
And here we'll be attacking with
Never.
our Saga Seeker and Kayn. We'll be using Kayn to challenge the Abyssal Eye, and we'll commit to this attack.
Is this the face of fear?
I will not yield.
That levels Kayn up since it is a second strike. And we'll drop down Kayn once again, this time as Ross, and I'll take out their Phantom Prankster.
Draws near.
Yes, yours.
No fear.
And we end the round there. They do drop down the beast below. We'll be using Furious Wielder from Kayn to get rid of it. And here we'll drop down the Wounded White Flame. And we end the round there. We're going to attack immediately.
Submit to me.
And we'll use Kayn to challenge the Sea Scarab.
I was always mortal.
We're trying to utilize Kayn's, Rust's. When he kills an enemy, he heals by Nexus 2. And we're going to utilize that to get to full health. What we'll do here is we'll use Kayn Shadow Step. And we'll attack again.
Obey your master.
And this will heal us to full health, and it will also take out their Nexus. Which will end this encounter.
Everyone really does look better in red.
Alright, and the rewards we get from this encounter are Hunt the Weak with Hextech Fabricator 2, Kelp Maidens with Challenger or the Laurent Protege, which will be a 2 cost. What we'll do is we'll go for Hunt the Weak with Hextech Fabricator 2, as I think we can get the most use out of that. And now we have our support champion. We have the choice between Gnar, Ziggs, and Tahm Kench. Gnar with Shadow Totems, okay. Ziggs, we don't have any way of leveling him up. And Tahm Kench is okay. I guess he works well with Kayn at level, at being 3-starred. So he's not the worst choice. But I'm going to reroll, see what else I can get. We have Riven with Shadow Totem, that's not bad either. Nami with Dragon. With Fury. And Diana with Nab. I'll reroll once again. We have Lucian with Regeneration, Rumble with Quick Strike, and Misfortune with Dragon's Tooth. We'll do our last reroll here. And we have the choice between Akshan with Regen, Rek'Sai with Colossal Hammer, or Shyvana with Colossal Hammer. We'll go for Shyvana. And now we'll go into Devourer of the Depths. It has the power Survival of the Fittest. This is the same as during the Nautilus encounter. Round start, they obliterate the foe's weakest unit to grant its double its stats to the foe's strongest unit. Now, this can be difficult. We have to make sure they only have one unit up, basically. And the reason why this can be difficult is because of the Phantom Prankster giving it 10 health. Unfortunately for us, we don't have any weaker units here to work with. What we can do is we can equip the Lodestone onto the Phantom Prankster, and this will allow her to attack at least.
I'm Isla.
And if we attack with her, unfortunately we don't have enough damage to take out the Jagged Butcher. So we'll have to pass the end of the round.
Sorry.
Of course, they get to make the most of their power, and they granted stats to their Bloodthirsty Marauder.
I've never met anyone like you.
The only thing we could do, once again, is use the Darkened Lodestone, so we're forced to take a lot of damage here. We can use the Phantom Prankster to take out one of their Marae Warden. I don't know how you pronounce that. Something like that. And we'll be passing again, retaining 3 spell mana. At least on this turn, we'll actually be able to, play cards. We'll drop down the Noxian Defector.
Look at what you made me, Noxus.
And we'll use the Darkened Lodestone. Actually, we won't. We'll be using the Darkened Bloodletters on it instead. And we'll pass. As you can see, they're going to use sunk cost on our Phantom Prankster, which is really unfortunate for us. We'll be dropping down Kayn.
You are the tool. I am the weapon.
Lies to ease your feeble mind.
And we'll be using Kayn to block the Voidling. Unfortunately, this means we're taking 11 more damage from the Bloodthirsty Marauder.
The rage. Let it loose.
And we'll drop down Kayn once again as Ross.
The child is gone. The killer remains.
And here we'll end the round. I don't know how much damage we're able to dish out here. However, we'll try dropping down the Noxian Defector.
Master Darkin, my blade is yours. You have done well, my faithful servant.
And we could use both Momentous Choice and Furious Wielder here. We'll be giving Kayn bonus attack. And since he is the strongest unit, he also gets items from that as well. And here we'll be using the Ardent Sensor, Furious Wielder, to get a quick strike in on the Bloodthirsty Marauder. And here we'll attack with all 3 units.
This is all I have left.
We'll be using Kayn to challenge the Bloodthirsty Marauder.
Obey your master. Feel my hatred.
And lucky for us,
My vengeance.
we do quite a bit of Nexus damage to them, and we take out all their units, so they aren't able to use Survival of the Fittest anymore. And that also heals our Nexus a little bit too.
There's blood in the water.
We'll drop down the Ranger Knight Defector here. And we'll drop down the Darkened Lodestone, this time on the Ranger Knight Defector. And we'll end the round there. Here we'll use Furious Wielder from Kayn and take out the Razor Scale Hunter. This heals our Nexus a bit too and gives them a chance to drop down another unit, which is what we're actually looking for here. So we'll be attacking with just Kayn, and we'll be using the Vulnerable on the Golden Arwell to challenge it. I mean, we also have Challenger on him, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yes, we could have ended the encounter there. However, well, we still can. Yeah, we'll use Kayn Shadow Step and challenge Devourer of the Depths.
Bow before me.
And this, again, will end the encounter and also heal our Nexus a little bit more. This way, the next encounter won't be as hard.
Everyone really does look better in red.
I think we took a lot of Nexus damage there just because we got unlucky with our draw. And here's a reward from it. We definitely don't want Sky's Descend. It costs way too much. Although we do have Shyvana, it would cost less. We have Redoubled Valor, which is okay, it's not the worst. Or we have Darkened Bloodletters with Studded Leather. Since it is a Darkened equipment, I think that would be the best. And now we have the item chest. Here we have the choice between a Pickaxe for the Startled Stomper, Overwhelm on Saga Seeker, or a Noxian Defector with Studded Leather. We'll go for Pickaxe on the Startled Stomper. And now we have the shop. Out of these, the Furious Wielder with Forbidden Idol is great for us. And Power would have been black market discount, however we can't afford it. So we'll go for Furious Wielder here. We're checking out Inner Beast and the other stances. However, I don't think those are necessary either, so we'll just leave. And here we have the choice between Kato and Shiraza, and it's not showing their power. Alternatively, we could have went up against a Shipwreck Quarter and into the champion item chest. This time I felt like doing something different since his power seems to be bugged. And it's still bugged, so I don't know what's going on with it. We'll be replacing Furious Wielder, Ranger Knight Defector, and Hunt the Weak here. And we'll keep our Startled Stomper. Here we'll drop down Egghead Researcher.
Ask me about dragons, I just may have an answer.
And we'll end the round there. Okay, well they dropped down a Thrashing Snapper, so maybe I'll try to attack.
Follow the tracks.
We just get some damage on each other, nothing else happens.
We march as one, an unstoppable force.
Here we'll drop down the Wounded White Flame.
Show them the might of Noxus.
Unfortunately for us, we do lose it. However, we'll be using the Egghead Researcher to take out the Thrashing Snapper. Of course, we trade units there.
Get him! Get him!
My nose.
And we do take a bit of damage as well. Here we'll drop down Shyvana.
Fire and fury burn in me.
The people are my strength.
Unfortunately for us, we do not have quick attack on her just yet. So we'll be passing.
What time is it?
This isn't looking too good for us. We'll be dropping down the Startled Stomper. We don't have
Punch it. I give you muscle.
We don't have any cane draws. We don't have any equipment here. So this is kind of rough for us.
This is your end.
We're practically forced to block like this. However, I can use Momentous Choice to heal, and to give Shyvana one more health. And yeah, we'll commit to this block. We do take quite a bit of damage here, though. And we'll drop down the Startled Stomper. And we'll end the round there. Hey, we finally got Kayn, which is great for us.
They will fear my name.
And grovel before mine.
Ooh.
I failed you, said.
And they end up taking out our Kayn anyways.
Come out from your shadows, demon.
They are nothing.
We're kind of screwed here in my opinion, but we'll try to do what we can.
I am ready.
We'll attack just like this. This time Shyvana has quick attack.
Brings us together.
And we take out 2 of their units.
There are none like me.
Unfortunately, we do lose because of the Phantom Prankster. But we do have the revive.
Impossible.
I think we really did get unlucky during that encounter. We'll try again. This time around, we'll be replacing the Screeching Dragon, the Ranger Knight Defector, and we'll keep Momentous Choice and Kayn. Here we'll drop down the Startled Stomper immediately.
I keep step with the heartbeat of
And we'll attack with it as well.
No!
We're lucky enough to get some damage off on their Phantom Prankster.
We march as one, an unstoppable force.
Here we'll drop down the Darkened Lodestone and put on the Startled Stomper. And we'll also use Momentous Choice on it as well to give it some items.
Show them the might of Noxus.
We'll be blocking accordingly, and we will unfortunately take 4 damage, mostly because they're Phantom Prankster. And we'll pass. Here we'll drop down Shyvana.
The dragon's rage claws to get out.
And I'll attack with the Startled Stomper. And we'll challenge their Phantom Prankster. And I suppose we'll also attack with Shyvana and use the Darkened Lodestone buff as well as her attacking buff.
No fair.
We do get some damage on them as well, which is nice. And we'll end the round there. We did take out their Phantom Prankster, so we won't be getting hit by that anymore.
The sun's out, the crowd's ready. Let's wreck it!
Here we'll drop down Kayn.
You are the tool. I am the weapon.
He'll take out their Iron Ballista,
The world awaits. Forward.
but they do replace it with a Legion Drummer and a Thrashing Snapper. However, they are down to one last card in hand. Here we'll be using Kayn,
How foolish!
Shyvana,
I smell fear.
as well as the Startled Stomper to block,
No!
and the Phantom Prankster. And this way we don't take any health.
There
We
are
don't take
none
any damage
like
to our Nexus, I mean.
Keep formation.
Drown in shadow!
Lucky for us, we were able to level up both Kayn and Shyvana from that attack.
Oh.
And we'll drop Kayn back down as Rost.
The child is gone. The killer remains.
And now we can start to heal our Nexus back up. And we'll end the round there. Here we'll be using Momentous Choice and buffing Kayn. And since we do want them to summon another unit, we'll drop down the Ranger Knight Defector.
What time is it?
And here we'll use the Darkened Bloodletters and equip our Ranger Knight Defector. And we'll attack with Just Hit and utilize our Scout. They decided not to block, which is okay. Here we'll be attacking with all of our units.
Yes, cry, I beg for mercy.
And of course we'll be using Kayn to challenge. And this will heal our Nexus back up to 19, which is what we started with.
Shouldn't have done that.
I wasn't expecting to lose the first time, so that's something. Here's our rewards. We either have single combat, which has Hero Horn attached to it, a Chemovoran Dragon, which has Farsight, and the Swiftwing Flight with Phage. Well, the Chemovoran Dragon would work with Shyvana, and it would help us get some health back with its Drain mechanic. I think I'll go for that. And now we have the Slaughter Docks. We can buy cards to add to our deck. If we used Ripper's Bay, what we'll get is Saga Seeker because of Eye of the Watchers. However, the Shipwreck Quarter with Black Cleaver is pretty strong, I'd say. However, the issue is that we don't have any real use for sea monsters, truly. And coral creatures are kind of weak in their own right. Although they do have Vampiric Scepter, which is useful to us. Alternatively, we can go for Riptide Rex, the Dreadway Deckhand, or the Prowling Cutthroat. None of these are particularly great for Kayn, so we're just going to leave. And now we'll go into the healer, and we could either heal normally or purchase healing. I'm going to purchase healing. And here we'll go up against Poppy.
Huh? You want me? Well, okay.
Poppy is normally really strong. She has the power of Heroics, Round Start, grant the foe's strongest ally 1/1 for each of their other allies. Meaning we're going to want Kayn fast, and we're going to try to get rid of all their units as fast as we can, hopefully. Here we'll be replacing the Chemovoran Dragon, because it does have Farsight Alteration, and we'll replace one of the Darkened Lodestones. Lucky for us, we did get some early units to play with, and we did get Kayn. So here we'll drop down the Saga Seeker.
I will die when I am ready. If you want something done right.
And we'll drop down another one. We won't be attacking.
I'm ready. Teach me a new move.
And next turn they are going to have Poppy. And the next turn is also their attack turn. So this is going to be rough. We'll be taking a bit of damage off this, I think.
I found a hero. Yeah, where?
We'll be dropping down our Wounded White Flame.
Ready? No backing down.
And everything has quick attacks, and it's going to hurt quite a bit. We'll be using the Phantom Prankster to block Poppy. And we'll commit to this block. As long as we can defeat Poppy, I think we'll be okay. I mean, our Nexus will be healed to full health. Alright, so for the Chemovoran Dragon, it would strike an ally. No matter what ally we sacrifice, it wouldn't go too well. And most of their units are over 4 health, so it wouldn't be able to do all that much in general. We can use the Darkened Lodestone to buff our Wounded White Flame, though. And that will let us challenge. And we could also use Hunt the Weak here, too, just to get rid of one of their cards.
Play something we can fight to.
Don't rush the creative process, Hammerbrain.
And here we'll attack just with the Wounded White Flame. And it does have Challenger, but we can't challenge anything too significant. What we can do is we can challenge the Yordle Smith. And we'll commit to this attack.
You're gonna be sorry.
And now we can use the Darkened Lodestone to buff up one of our Saga Seekers. And we'll end the round there.
Every squad's got a heavy.
Here we'll drop down Kayn.
The undoing draws near.
Yes, yours.
And they attack with all their units once again. This is a pretty rough block. But we'll be blocking Poppy with our Phantom Prankster. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter who we block Poppy with.
Together, stranger.
And we'll be using Kayn to take out another one of their units.
How foolish.
And we'll block with the Saga
Are
Seeker,
you the one?
as well as the Wounded White Flame. And our Phantom Prankster.
No way. Get back.
And we'll commit to this block. I think this is the best block we can do.
I ain't done.
I will not yield.
And this does level up Kayn.
Hero?
Here we'll drop Kayn back down. This time is Rost.
The child is gone. The killer remains.
And we get some more damage off on Poppy.
Taste.
Here, we're going to immediately attack once again.
To death I go.
And we'll be using the Wounded White Flame to challenge Poppy. And we'll be using Kayn to challenge whatever else. I guess it doesn't fully matter.
Obey your master.
And we'll commit to this attack.
Is this the face of fear?
Creative block!
Whirlin.
Fight, the foolish villain.
And here I'll use Furious Wielder and use Kayn to deal some damage to one of their other units. And that's going to heal our Nexus 1 because of their Phantom Prankster.
Be fuzzy and carry a big gun.
And here I could drop down the Cameborn Dragon and I'll deal damage to Kayn. And we'll end the round there.
Honesty, most ignoble, our hero in charge.
Here, I'll drop down the Screeching Dragon. And they decide to end the round, so I'll do the same. Okay. And here we'll be attacking with the Wounded White Flame, the Saga Seeker, Kayn, as well as our 2 dragon units. We want to use Kayn and the Wounded White Flame to challenge the stronger units. And we'll be doing that.
For mercy. Bow before me.
And we'll be using Momentous Choice, this time on Kayn. And we'll commit to this attack.
I was always mortal.
Shouldn't have done that. No fair.
Truly.
Honesty, most ignoble, our hero in charge.
Calm down.
Alright, and now we're going to pass.
Quest will be over quicker and you can fry a ferret.
Here we'll use Furious Wielder from Kayn. And we'll take out their Yordle Smith, which will prevent them from getting quick attack. And we'll end the round there. Here we'll be attacking with just about all of our units. We'll be using Kayn to challenge the Hungry Owl. And we'll be using our Dragon to challenge a different unit. And our other Dragon to challenge yet another different unit. And we'll be attacking accordingly.
Is this the face of fear?
Such drama.
And that wins us this encounter.
Now begins my reign.
Okay, and here are the rewards from this encounter. We have the choices between Hearty Rations, Warding Charm, or the Reckoner's Mark. What I can do is I can go for the Reckoner's Mark on Kayn, and this is going to immediately level him up, which can sometimes help and can sometimes hurt. And here we have the powers. We have the choice between Seed of Power, which summons an Emperor's Deus, which just summons Sand Soldiers whenever we attack. We only have one unit with Scout, and we don't have any way of rallying just yet, so I'm not going to go for Seed of Power. And I don't like that the landmark takes up space on my board, and that stops us from being able to control the board as well. Then there's Afterlife Forbidden. This is okay, but it's not like the best thing ever. I'm going to go for Unstable Inventory. And it'll create a random epic item. We have the choice between Tyanic Crown Guard or the Abyssal Eye. We'll go for the Abyssal Eye here. And we'll keep this hand for the most part, except we'll get rid of the Screeching Dragon. As you can see with Unstable Inventory, a lot of our cards have random items.
Give me the stuff! Stuff makes happy!
Here we'll use Hunt the... Well, here we'll drop down the Startled Stomper first before we use Hunt the Weak.
Success.
And now we'll use Hunt the Weak. It is their attack turn though, so we do have to be careful here. And we end the round there. They decided not to attack. Here we'll be attacking with the Startled Stomper. Unfortunately for us, whenever we used Hunt the Weak, it gave our Startled Stomper Radiant Plate Armor, which makes this one in hand cost 2 more.
Oh, I've never met anyone
But it
like
is
you.
quite a strong unit, as it has Titan's Axe, 2 pickaxes, and Radiant Armor.
Don't stand in my way.
And here we're pretty much forced to block. We'll do what we can to mitigate damage.
Get him! Get him!
And we were able to get Zeal, and this does give our unit Scout. Or sorry, our Darkened Lodestone has both Zeal and Phantom Dancer, which gives Scout and Quick Attack. My bad. Here we'll drop down Shyvana.
The dragon's rage claws to get out.
Ooh, they do drop down a Ruined Rex, which will do quite a bit of damage to us. But we'll survive, and we'll also use the Darkened Lodestone this time on Shyvana. And we'll end the round there. Here, I'll be dropping down Kayn.
They will fear my name.
And grovel before mine.
Drown in shadow.
And this lets him level up immediately. Unfortunately for me, he does have Iceborne Gauntlet,
Son of a...
but it didn't seem to work. Which is okay. They do use 2 jailbreaks. We'll be dropping down Kayn once again, as Rost, of course.
You are the tool.
And this
I
time,
am the
him
weapon.
having Iceborne Gauntlet's not going to hurt us. And this does let us take out 2 of their units and provide additional board control. And here we'll use Furious Wielder from Kayn to take out their Phantom Prankster. And now we don't have to worry about losing as much Nexus health. And we'll be attacking first with Shyvana. And we'll be challenging one of their units, of course. And Shyvana does have Scout, so we'll be okay to do this. And we'll attack once again.
Yes, cry out.
This time we'll be using Kayn to challenge the Abyssal Eye,
For me.
since he does have Overwhelm. And we'll also challenge the Marie Warden. And we should end the match off this.
Witness my true power!
And we also level up Shyvana.
Why me?
And that ends the encounter.
Oh, how I miss the taste of their tears.
And now the rewards from this are Wounded White Flame with Chain Vest, which gives it tough. Vanguard Redeemer with Dragon Tooth, which gives stats and fury. Or Nimble Poro with Studded Leather. We'll go for the Wounded White Flame since we already have that card in our deck. And we have the choice between the Dredgers or the Healer. We'll go for the Healer and heal us back to full health. And now we have the shop. So there's quite a few cards in here that would be okay. We also have Reunited. So, Dragon Chow with a Fermiel implies that, you know, you'd be using another card. You'd be playing another card after it because it would have a Fermial. Otherwise, it would just get defeated right after. Then you have Kayn the Ruined with Shadow Totem. This isn't bad. Brood Awakening with Double Time Watch. We don't need spiders, and it being a 6-cost slow spell is still kind of rough, even with Double Time Watch. Desert Duel is okay. Memory Cloak is okay. Golden Herald is kind of okay. We'll go for Reunited here, and we'll just call it there. Here we have the choice between the Boom Baboon with Monkey Munitions. When they attack, they summon a Flame Chomper, challenging the strongest unit that I have. Or the Y'all Hunters, fishing for trouble. When the foe summons a unit, if they aren't deep, they toss 2, otherwise they reduce the cost of sea monsters in hand by 1. And then there's also Champion Item Chest to follow it. We'll go up against the Y'all Hunters. And here we'll be replacing Screeching Dragon and Ranger Knight Defector, as well as Momentous Choice. We'll be keeping Hunt the Weak. This time around, our Kayn does have Black Cleaver, and so he'll be doubling his power whenever we summon him. And here we'll drop down the Startled Stomper, which has Bonded Bucklers. If we were to attack this round, we don't have Challenger, so we just lose our Startled Stomper. We're just going to pass instead. Here we'll drop down our Wounded White Flame. And lucky for us, it does have Scout. I decide to pass, but they decide to attack. No matter what we do here, we can't take out their unit, but we can trade damage. And we'll pass once again. Here what we'll do is we'll use Darkened Lodestone on our Wounded White Flame. And we'll also use Hunt the Weak. And we'll attack with the Startled Stomper and the Wounded White Flame, as well as the Phantom Prankster.
I see you.
But since we do have Scout, we are going to utilize that first to take out their Phantom Prankster before I do anything more.
You're gonna be sorry.
Which basically just gives me free stats. And we'll attack again, this time for real. We'll be giving our Wounded White Flame Overwhelm from the Startled Stomper, which is great. And we'll be challenging the Sea Scarab with our Dragon. And we'll commit to this attack. This way we don't lose our Startled Stomper. Although we do have the best defense power. And we'll end the round there. I hope they dropped in another unit because I plan on using Kayn here. Well, they do use Sun Cost, which is unfortunate for us. But we'll pass. Here, I guess I'll drop down Kayn anyways.
You are the tool. I am the weapon.
Lies to ease your feeble mind.
And we'll end the round there. So they are finally deep. However, they don't have any units on the field. We'll be attacking immediately.
I see you.
And we should be ending this match off of this. And we do.
Drown in shadow!
Alright, and here are the rewards from that node. We have the choice between Momentous Choice with Elixir of Sorcery. I'm going to go with that pretty much no matter what. That's great for us. Cataclysm with Hero's Horn, and Prismatic Barrier with Tear of the Goddess. This is a one-cost barrier. That's not bad, and it's quick. Cataclysm, a lot of my units already have challenging, and Hero's Horn's kind of useless right now for us at least. We're definitely going to go for Momentous Choice with Elixir of Sorcery. And we have the champion item chest. We'll go for Shadow Totem on Kayn. We have the healing node, nothing for us to do here. And now we go up against Swain. He does have the power Suffer. Round start, he deals 3 to all the players' damaged units.
Show them their place.
This is the beauty of having a 3-star Kayn, is because I will almost never have any damaged units as long as we can kill. For the most part, we'll be keeping our hand. Actually, yeah, we're just going to keep it. Unfortunately for us, we don't have anything to really draw here. And it is their attack turn. So my choices are I could use the Darkened Bloodletters or the Darkened Lodestone on our Phantom Prankster. I think I'll go for the Bloodletters. And they do challenge us with the Iron Ballista, but that's okay. Our Phantom Prankster survives, although it is going to take damage from Swain's whatchamacall. What we can do is we can drop down the Wounded White Flame. They do drop down another Ballista. We could drop down a Saga Seeker.
I will die when I am
And we'll
ready.
use the Darkened Lodestone to buff up our Wounded White Flame here. And we'll be attacking with
I am ready.
both of our units. We'll be challenging the stronger Iron Ballista. And we'll commit to this attack. Unfortunately, I know we'll be trading our Saga Seeker. And I think that's okay.
Shouldn't have done that.
And we can now use the Furious Wielder and get some damage off on the Phantom Prankster. It doesn't take her out, but that's okay.
No.
We do lose our Phantom Prankster, however.
Vision to see what others.
They do drop down Swain. What we can do is we can drop down our Shyvana.
Fire and fury burn in
They
me.
decide to end the round. We'll use our Darkened Bloodletters and put it on the Darkened Thrall. And we'll end the round there. Here we'll drop down Kayn.
The child is gone. The killer remains.
The rage. Let it loose.
And Kayn does level up, and we take out Swain.
My legacy. Victory awaits.
All for them to summon Swain once again.
Loyalty through conquest.
So we'll drop down Kayn once again, this time as Rost.
You are the tool. I am the weapon.
Lies ease your feeble mind. More.
And we are able to use the Kayn Summon to take out both of their units.
Break them.
We'll drop down the Egghead Researcher.
I am more than I seem.
You are unlike anything I've ever seen.
And we'll attack with all of our units here,
May we bleed forever.
which should end the encounter. Unfortunately for us, we do not end with full Nexus health. We did lose 1 health.
Witness my true power!
I do have to say, 3-star Kayn really shined on this week, on this weekly adventure.
Dragons have no remorse.
And there you go. I'm Bruce from Kraken Gypsies. If you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check us out on Twitch, and you can follow us on there as well. Links in the description below for our Twitch. Take care and stay Kraken, everyone.